Hello, are you overwhelmed with work and family responsibilities? Are you too busy for classes? There's an app for that. No, seriously, there is. The solution is incremental learning in a digital world, otherwise known as nano and microlearning. Hi, my name is Catherine Hammond, and I will be presenting on nano learning and microlearning, the future of learning. If you would like to know more about reaching your learning goals in the digital age, learn more about microlearning and nanolearning. And in this presentation, we'll learn what is it, how does it connect to social media, and what are the security and ethical risks that we should be concerned about. Come on, let's take a look. You might already be familiar with microlearning in your everyday life. Have you used Slack, LinkedIn Learning, TikTok, Instagram? Then you've probably used implementation of bite-sized learning and training in a technology-enabled environment. What does this mean? This means that you can learn projects on the go. What does it mean to learn bite-sized information on the go? That means that you can learn project management on a smartphone app with LinkedIn Learning. You can get in contact with subject matter experts on Slack, or even review language content on TikTok or Instagram. The possibilities are endless. There are many social platforms that encourage microlearning, but in this course, we're going to learn about Instagram, LinkedIn Learning, and Twitter. Number one, Instagram. Instagram is a social networking site where users create and share content such as photos and video. Often I've seen language teachers post well-designed and engaging content for marketing to potential students, but also to teach or engage learners through videos, photos, quizzes, or online discussions. Number two, LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is an extension of the social platform LinkedIn, which is a site for professional individuals and companies. Members can have a profile with resume information and can network with coworkers or other professionals in their designated field of work. They can follow companies that align with their interests, and they can also take micro-learning classes online. Number three, Twitter. Twitter is a microblogging and social networking service which users post and interact with messages known as tweets. Registered users can post, like, and retweet tweets, sharing content and information. Twitter can be used as a platform for social learning, one of Bandura's learning theories. As Bandura stated, most human behavior is learned observationally through modeling. From observing others, one forms an idea of how new behaviors are performed, and on later occasion, this coded information serves as a guide for action. Social learning can be used effectively in the workplace to observe and model productive behaviors. However, social media does not occur passively. Attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation are all required in order to benefit from social learning practices. These are all attributes that we can find on Twitter. This leads us into our next topic, security and ethical considerations for using social media for e-learning. One thing that we're concerned about are scams, and that could be phishing, catfishing, account hacking. Usually someone presents themselves as a person, a real person, or a real business. There's also malicious apps or spyware, which we're very familiar with from the advent of the internet and computer. So you want to stay away from clicking links or downloading any files, especially if solicited. And also networking issues. So on, for example, Facebook has had their account and data hacked, as well as, other countless platforms. And so once that information's obtained, it's out there in the open. Ethical training is another consideration. So if you represent a company, what can you post on your personal page? What can you post as a representative of a company? Online harassment, which we've known or has been called in the past as cancel culture. So for example, people come together to publicly admonish maybe someone's behavior, and they do that by bombarding them online on social media platforms. The most biggest one right now is big data. So if you are subscribing to a website like TikTok or Facebook or Twitter, free isn't always free. What they're doing is they're actually looking at your user patterns, and they use that information to sell it. So you have to be careful, or at least accept the risks of what you're doing when you're using these social media websites. Misinformation, of course, this is if you are designing your own information online and you're the product designer or the influencer, you have to make sure that you are sharing the correct content. And that doesn't always happen. And we've seen that in the pandemic and a lot in US politics where information has been spread that isn't accurate. And finally, plagiarism and citation. This kind of goes along with misinformation. Many people are duplicating information or not asking for permission before they use something. So these are always security and ethical considerations for micro-learning and nano-learning, but especially in the world of e-learning. So in this presentation, we learned what micro and nano learning is. That's incremental learning, which can be very condensed. We've learned about 3 different social media platforms that use these different tactics, and we've talked about some ethical and security considerations that are generally common in e-learning courses as well. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end of this presentation. If you'd like to be in touch, I'm on Twitter. I have a LinkedIn account you can contact me in, or you could email me or visit my portfolio below at hammondportfolio.com. Before you go, if you could leave in the comment section below, do you use social media for microlearning? And if so, which platform do you use? Also, what are some ethical and security issues regarding nano learning that you found interesting? Comment below and I'll answer back. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.